It's the way we see the world, yes it is. Put your hands up.
Welcome to Central Bay. Shake that bottle and make it.
Tomorrowland with another great interview with tyDi. Tell us a little bit about your set. You were so happy, I think, did you?
I'm always happy. It was this is my first time to Belgium, and the crowd was crazy out there. They were really cool. I got to play a lot of stuff. It was a short set, like an hour and 15 minutes, but I played a few tracks from my new album, and a lot of the tracks that people expected from me, like Vanilla and things like that. It was all very well received. Very happy with it.
Tell us a little bit about the tracks that you think have stand out in this set.
Actually, one of the tracks that really stood out was believe it or not, it was Katy Perry, a Tiesto remix.
Oh.
And so a bit more commercial, and I was
a bit surprised to hear this on your set.
Yeah,
I must say.
It's a track that I personally really like. I listen to a whole bunch of different tracks, like the different genres, pop music, chill out, everything, and that remix in particular is something that I really like. It is very commercial, but I love it, and I was watching the crowd and I could tell that they were up for something that was a bit different, so I played that. They responded very well. Another good one was Vanilla, which is my track.
Oh, okay.
The Dennis Shepard remix, and it went really well. Yeah, I've done a lot of tracks for Andy Moore's label, for Ava, which is all part of Armada.
Did they decide in which label is best to release the track, or you decide in which label you want to release it?
It really depends, if I write a track that I think is something that Andy is going to like, then I'll give it to him and he'll put it out on Ava. I've done a few tracks before that Armin's been a fan of, so that's gone on our mind. That was like You Walk Away.
Yeah.
So it really depends on the style, but generally, it's just I give it to Armada, and
they decide where they will go. Huh?
To me, it doesn't make a difference. It's music is music, and I write what I love.
Can you give a brief description of the kind of your sound? What do you believe is trance?
I think too many people focus on progressive or a certain style.
Exactly.
I don't really care about styles, and I think people can see that from my sets. Some people may hate it, some people might love it. It's like I don't care about styles, whether I play a progressive track or whatever you want to call it, a techno tune. I just play tunes that I think is brilliant music, and that's my style. I just play music that I like. My new album is all based around the songwriting. It's all.
Tell us a little bit then about the new album. When it's coming out?
August 19th. It's called Shooting Stars. It's got 18 tracks on there. Most of them are absolutely brand new. No one's heard them yet. Some amazing vocalists: Audrey Gallagher, Jennifer Renee.
The best.
Jennifer Renee, Tanya Zagar, Megan Nealon, DJ Rap. Lots of different vocalists. So it's a very vocal-based album, and it's less about the clubs and more about the songwriting. Like a lot of the tracks, we just started with a piano and a singer, or a guitar and a singer, and we wrote these tracks that could be played by, they could be acoustic, they could be dance, they could be anything, and I just produced them in a certain style for the album. So
how long it took you to produce the whole album?
It took longer than it should, about nearly 2 years, because
nearly 2 years, huh?
Because I travel so much. Right now I'm in Belgium. Tomorrow I'm in Ukraine. The next weekend, America, playing in Washington, Dallas, you know, so I'm constantly traveling and it's very hard to get studio time. So I just write when I'm back in Australia.
Exactly.
So that kind of explains why it took a while to do this album.
And is it possible to tell us if there is a basic concept around the album then? Do you have an idea of what this album wants to say to your fans?
The concept behind the album is nothing more than just great songwriting. The idea is that people can listen to this album if you like dance music or if you don't like dance music, if you like electronic music or not. It should still appeal to you because it's not written like in a particular genre. It's written it's based on the songwriting. It's all about great catchy vocals, a nice verse, a nice chorus, some chill out tracks. It's made for anyone.
Can you choose for us some of the tracks of the album then?
One of my favorite tracks is Acting Crazy.
Okay.
That's the name of it. It's got vocals from Sarah Howells.
Oh, we love Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brave was great.
She's a brilliant singer and songwriter. She's a very good songwriter, actually. I adore Sarah. She has a band called Paper Airplanes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's totally, it's like indie kind of. Sorry if you're watching this, Sarah, and I've got it wrong, but it's kind of, I'd call it indie. A lot of the people in the dance world that know Sarah, they think that she's a
guest vocalist.
Yeah, a guest vocalist, but she's not. She's a writer. The track she did with First Date was called Skies on Fire. That was actually her song. She made that herself.
Amazing.
It was Sarah Howells, it was Paper Airplane, Skies on Fire, and then First Date remixed it. And yeah, so a lot of people don't know that she's actually an amazing writer. And for the song that I did with her, Acting Crazy, I wrote the melody, the whole music side of it. She wrote the lyrics and the vocal melody. It just blended together perfectly.
Yeah.
There's a few on the album that will, I think, really cross genres. There's one called Greater Heights with vocals from Jennifer Renee.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's kind of sitting halfway between my style, also the house kind of, yeah, the house genres. The people like that should like it as well. It's hard to really decide or pinpoint who's going to like what, but I really think this album is quite diverse. It's for everybody.
Is it possible to tell us how the things are going now in Australia? Do you have a healthy big scene of trance events, of club events?
The Australian scene is massive. The dance music scene is huge. The festivals there, the one festival that I just toured for was the Future Music Festival. Played in every major city around Australia, and the average was like 40,000 people at every festival. So definitely a healthy scene. It doesn't matter what kind of genre, the Australian music scene in general is huge. Well, I spend about 1 week of every month in Australia, so most of the time I'm not in Australia.
Oh, okay.
I play most of my shows in America, in Europe.
So are you thinking then of moving from Australia to Europe maybe?
I was considering moving to Canada because
Oh, really?
if I lived in Montreal, I'd be 3 hours from the US and 6 hours from London.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
it's very central. That's something I was considering, and I still am considering it. But at the moment, I'm okay with the travel. It is a long way to travel for a tour, but this album is being treated differently to usual. The album is coming out with just the radio edits and the album edits first. So that's for the fans, not for the DJs. So the album is for everyone to buy, everyone to listen to, and then afterwards I'll slowly roll out the club edits. So maybe a month after the album release, I'll bring out a few club mixes.
Have you prepared them, or is something that you prepare after that?
I'm always prepared.
What is all about this radio show?
It's called Global Soundsystem. It's a radio show I've been running for over a year now. It's broadcasted in 20 different countries around the world, more than that now, I can't really keep count. But it's doing much better than I could ever have hoped for. And it's such a good thing because as a DJ, you can only play in one city, one country at a time. This show means that every week people in anywhere around the world can listen to my music,
yes,
and they can keep up to date with what I'm doing. So
Great.
the show has been really cool to really spread my music around the world, and I'm going to keep doing it for a long time, I think.
It's the way we see the world, yes it is.